Hey guys, welcome to Star Citizen, and more specifically, welcome to Theory Crafting in Star Citizen, where I'm going to look at different ships or aspects of the game that we can just kind of go over and get a bit more insight into it, and if you're not too familiar with it, I'll try and fill you in. So in front of me you can see the Avenger, which is probably my favourite ship, to be honest. It's the Space Penguin because of its somewhat penguin-esque looks, and yeah, it's one of the starting kind of ships. It's not in the game yet, but it will be the first to be added according to their updates. So I figure it's probably a good point, and everyone's pretty much seen the Aurora, 300i and Hornet. So yeah, we'll give it a look to this. It's a fairly big one. It's bigger than an Aurora, but smaller than the Hornet. But in terms of actual size, oh, you can see a Hornet over there actually. So it's kind of similar size because it's kind of got this large fat end where the cargo hold is. Now pretty much the lore behind it is it's an ex-police kind of ship. So it's generally supposed to like show that it's been through a lot of use, and it's been used for patrols and that kind of stuff, and arresting crims and all that. So the kind of paint job they got on it is like it's been well used. I mean, you can kind of see here it's nice texture, but at the same time it's been used. It's seen its share of stuff, and yeah, that comes across nicely in the paintwork, and you can kind of see roughly. I mean, these textures I don't think are finished because you can see this repeating texture going along here, which makes me think, yeah, it'll get a bit more work done to it. But yeah, so as for maneuverability and whatnot, I think we can. They haven't really given much insight onto it yet. They have said that it has power management like issues, so that might mean having to switch power from shields to the engines and other stuff like that a bit more frequently than you would with other ships, say like the Hornet. It's got 8 maneuvering thrusters on it, which is the same as the Hornet, and they are located. You can see one up here, and there's some on the bottom side as well. They're not evenly balanced, and they are quite spread out. So as for actual maneuverability, it might be okay. I'm thinking vertically, like going this way, I guess you'd say. I think that one should be okay because they're located quite far forward and quite far back. As for going to the side, I'm not so sure because, as you can see, they're quite direct up. I think they were mentioning this in the jump point, so I'm not sure. They might be able to go sideways. It's kind of hard to point like that. And yeah, so going lateral I can see being a bit of an issue with it. So it might not be too maneuverable in that respect. Yeah, guns-wise, it is quite lucky in that respect, I think, because it has the tier 5 on the front. I think it's tier 5. Let me just check. Is it? No, it's not class 5, no, sorry, my mistake. It is a class 2, I think it is. Yeah, okay, so that's kind of been downgraded. It used to be a lot larger, but it's a, oh, size 3, I think. Or is it? No, it's size 5, tier 2, or class 2. Okay. Sorry, I'm just kind of, yeah. Anyway, so it's kind of been described as a sniper ship, so you'd kind of hang back from combat and use your larger guns to kind of just pick targets off. I presume this would then be followed by capturing them and then storing them in the cargo pods at the back. So these pods here, they would be for anyone you can capture and stuff like that, bounties. So if you want to be a bounty hunter or something like that, bounty hunter, then this is quite possibly a ship for you. And the cargo hold also means that you can actually get like cargo for trading. So in terms of a decent like base starter trade ship, this one also isn't bad in that respect either, because it can hold more than I think the Aurora and the 300i in that respect. So it's something to consider if you're looking for something. It's quite versatile. Yeah, what else can we talk about? The engine. Yeah, the engine is an interesting one because, as you can see back here, it's kind of cool. It's a nice shape. It is a size 4 on the default model, and size 4 is roughly equal to the, well, over here, the Hornet. And yeah, the base engine though is weaker than the Hornet, if I'm not mistaken. But the max size you can get is a tier 5. and I'm not sure what that would mean in game yet, but I'm fairly sure that would mean it's got potential to be the stronger engine. Just let me get on top and I'll show you all this stuff. Stronger engine out of the two, so it could be upgradable to quite a strong ship. I don't know, this might change, and don't hold me to any of these facts because they do change them quite a lot. It was a size, oh, it was less than the Hornet not too long ago, so yeah. Ooh, here we go. Right, so yeah, here you can see the thrusters up here, and I'll try and keep this short. So there's another thruster here. So yeah, you can kind of see they're quite centralized, and you've got these big scoopy intakes and stuff like that. So yeah, what else can we say? It's got the drop tanks on the outside. I'm not sure why you'd want them so much, but it seems like they're quite small, and I guess it would add a bit more range onto it. But I'm presuming these could be swapped out for missiles and stuff. Yeah, I'm also wondering why you couldn't just have them in the kind of cargo hold, because there's quite a bit of space in here, and you could probably fit two of them up there, and it'd be a bit more secure, I'd imagine. In the back you also have these 4 containment pods, which can pop out if you push a little panel, and they fit people inside them, which is mainly for the bounty hunting, but you could also use it for human transport as well. So if you want to do select clients and stuff like that. If you go into first person so I can actually see what I'm doing here. Yeah, push that. Yep. Yep, moving on into it, you can go up here and got the little ladder. Now this is something they have changed. They have added on this large little bit here. I'm not sure what this is going to be. I can only imagine it's either for more space, for cargo or stuff like that, or you're going to be able to upgrade it with systems and stuff like that also. So it's kind of one to keep an eye on. I'm not sure why they added this at the moment. I can see why it makes sense with the bed being here, because there was a lot of space given over to that side. Yeah, also the other thing to note is this, which I didn't notice for a long time, but there is an actual ladder on the ceiling, and as this is a crawl space, as you can possibly see, yeah, here I go, I'm kind of crawling. It's not the most comfortable of ships. You do have to bend your neck a lot to get into it, like especially going up the cargo ramp as well. So yeah, but this indicates that this is going to be for the zero gravity, where you can just climb down here. So that's an interesting thing to see, because I don't think any other ships have really shown any kind of like ability to have zero gravity inside them. But I'd imagine as it's a small ship, it would not have any gravity inside it. So that's an interesting one to keep in mind. Also, the bed now opens, which you can kind of see. I think I just did that. There we go. And yeah, this is the bed. Once again, it's zero gravity, so I'm not sure why they would have this metal bar on the ceiling. I guess kind of just to put you where you are, and you're only going to sleep when it's on the actual planet itself. I can get in it, but I think it's fairly bugged at the moment. There we go. Yeah, so I can see you're whacking your head on the ceiling. Yeah, this is all I can look at. So yeah, I'd imagine if it was a zero gravity bed, they'd have this kind of padding all around it, so you wouldn't injure yourself. But then again, if you're only sleeping when you're actually landed, which is quite a possibility because you can't really have multiple people crewing this thing, then yeah, that would kind of make sense, because when it's landed you'd obviously have gravity, unless you're in space. But you should probably have some sort of gravity then anyway. Yeah, anyway, moving on, cockpit. And this is probably one of my favourite things about... Oh, there we go. Nice animation, still works, that's all good. And I got my joysticks here. Now, this is one of the things I like best about the Avenger. It's just the field of view. I mean, I've got 3 monitors set up. I'm not using it at the moment for recording for obvious reasons. But you can pretty much see from there to there, and it is probably the best field of view out of any of the ships we've seen so far. I mean, maybe the Aurora and whatnot, but then you don't have any of these annoying bars in the way, so you can literally just see straight out into space. Yeah, this is all a bit basic at the moment. I can imagine this is going to change fairly soon when they add it into the actual engine, but yeah, this is pretty cool. Let's just head out of here. The other thing to note is that there may be a ladder that leads up to the cockpit from the outside as well. So if you want to pack your cargo hold full of crap and you can't actually get in to get to the cockpit, because this is another issue I've seen, that if you get a lot of cargo in here, you might not be able to get to this ladder. So I'm not sure how they're going to handle that yet. Okay, I'm back. I'm sorry about that. I think my game just crashed. It's a rare occurrence, but it does happen every now and then. So yeah, as I was saying, the ladder, which I think you can see the little button up there just by the cockpit where I'm looking at. and I think that drops down around here. I can't be certain because they've shown this in the PBR mock-ups and other things along that line, and we haven't seen anything of it really since. I can only imagine that might have something to do with it. It's not really too easy to tell at the moment. But yeah, so we might get another access to it, which would be very handy, and I can see that being necessary for the trainer variant as well, because you wouldn't have access to that back door. So it's likely that there will be a ladder going up to their cockpit, which will make it a lot easier in terms of, I don't know, fast exits from there, or if you just got a cargo hold full of crap. Yeah. And I think that more or less covers the Avenger. It's a very interesting ship. We'll have to see what it's like in-game. I mean, they have started adding collision physics, like you can't walk through this gun anymore, so they've obviously nearly got it ready for it. Yeah, and so I think that's about it, really. So if you enjoy the video, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and all that kind of crap. I will be doing more of these hopefully, and if you find it useful, then I would love to hear about it. If there's anything I missed as well, feel free to add that in the comments below, and I will possibly go over it and redo it, although I most likely won't. I might look at it again when it's actually in engine, as I'll be able to, not in engine, in the actual dogfight module, as I'll be able to give a bit more of a point of view on it. Yeah, so thanks for watching, and Kapla out.